for the first time ever. So forgive me, I'm going to take a message that's coming in. Okay, and these messages are coming in late. Okay, so I'll get rid of those, and I should be live on Amazon. I've pressed the button, getting ready to go live on Amazon for the first time. Okay, hello to everybody on Amazon, and a special thank you to Marco Novo from Portugal, who encouraged me and helped me get to this stage where I can actually go live on the Amazon page. I just want to make sure that I am live on the Amazon page, and yes, it says that I am. Right, so this really is an historic day. I don't know whether you're aware, but I'm based in England, in Wiltshire. Wiltshire is well, it's quite a special county in the UK. I'm 20 miles away from Stonehenge, which of course is a world monument, and 20 miles away from Avebury. And Avebury is a wonderful place to go for walking and getting about, and also 20 minutes away from Salisbury Cathedral. So I'm sort of in the right place. I'm also in the right place because I'm live on Amazon. Now, this is my first broadcast, and therefore it's going to take a little while to settle in. So just bear with me. And I'm not sure what the protocol is, but I'm going to talk initially about me. If you are watching live on Amazon, then please do say hello, because that would be helpful. I posted the link on my Facebook profile. You can try from there. I don't know whether I tweet it out or not. I've not done much promotion for this particular broadcast because I just wanted to get to the stage where I knew how to go live. I mean, I only got my iPad yesterday from Amazon, and setting it up has been fun and interesting, but I got it to the stage where within less than 24 hours, I was able to go live on my Amazon influencer account. What I plan to do over the coming weeks is just to run through my areas of expertise and help you. I want to be an interactive show. If you've got any questions at all on live streaming, and especially live streaming to your website, then you're in the right place. And I'm more than willing to get the answers for you. I specialize in live streaming to your website. I actually work for BeLive, and BeLive are an international company who provides software for broadcasters, and I'm broadcasting from be.live today and enjoying doing so. I mean, I've been broadcasting live for the last 6 years, since the days of Blab, long gone, but never forgotten. Blab were very special days. 4 people on screen. You could talk to each other and people could actually make comments. The comments could be shown on screen. It was self-contained. It wasn't, well, until Facebook Live came about, it didn't go to Facebook, didn't go to YouTube, Twitter or Twitch. It just went live in its own little box. And that's where a couple of hundred people got together who are still friends, still follow each other, still help each other, still promote each other. And that brings me on to what this is all about. To my mind, this is all about networking, about getting to know people. And what I hope to do, I'm just going to say hello. And no, I'm new to Amazon. This is you joined me at a special time. This is my first ever broadcast. It's good to see you. And basically, I intend to go live 2 or 3 times a week, helping people with live streaming to their websites, also helping people with BeLive. And finally, my sort of, when I wind up the week, I actually go and live DJ. And that's good fun as well. I broadcast 6 times a week, normally on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy co-hosting shows with people, and we've got shows every single weekday. We don't broadcast at the weekends. Weekends are a time for gardening and taking it easy, and going for walks. and go for a walk to Stonehenge, or at Stonehenge. In fact, we went to Stonehenge about 5 weeks ago, and I took my mobile phone with me, and I did a broadcast whilst walking from the visitor centre to Stonehenge itself, which is just short of a mile. And I recorded it, but it was pouring down with rain. Now, I'm proud to have a video on YouTube all about the walk from the visitor centre to Stonehenge, because as you get closer and closer and closer, the henge comes into view, because you can't see it from the visitor centre. It's a mile away almost, but the walk itself was fun to do, even though it was pouring down. I was on with my mobile phone, and I was broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And it was just an awesome experience, and one I hope to relive later this summer when it's not raining. Now, why, you might ask, is today an historic day? Well, today is the first time since 1966 that England have beaten Germany in a knockout competition, with goals by Raheem Sterling and Harry Kane, and they should both get an honour, an MBE. We beat Germany 2-0, and it was my partner Angelica is a dual national, British and German, and she said, and I totally agree, that England won today on merit. That second half, they played Germany off the park, and it was a joy to watch. And I just finished watching it before I came up to do this live broadcast. So that's why it is really an historic day. And congrats to England, and thank you. It's nice to see you, and thank you. And I don't know whereabouts you are, but I hope that you're enjoying the World Cup as we are in the UK. Sorry, not the World Cup, the Euros. World Cup is a year away. Get confused at times. Okay, so this is just a chat really to introduce myself, and basically to get started, to get used to being live on Amazon. I'm just so chuffed to actually be here, and I just need to, well, for my next show will be different, because next show will have an agenda, and that's always helpful. So we'll have subject, and then we'll have talking points, and I'll go through those and take your comments at the same time. I wish I could actually show the comments on screen, but I'm just happy to actually be here, as hopefully you can tell. I'm also navigating my way through the rules and regulations of broadcasting on Amazon, and not taking too many risks, and abiding by the rules, because this is just fascinating to be live and to talk. Now, you'll notice in the list of items that appear below the screen, those are items that I actually use. I'm not going to talk about them today, but just in any great depth. But that is the gimbal that I used when I went out to Stonehenge, and that's the green screen. Well, I can show you that, possibly not. If I go like that, then this is what I actually look like, and that's the green screen behind me. And I love using green screens. I've been using them for 3 years now, and it means that I can change the backdrop, and while changing the backdrop, I'm actually changing the tone of the show. And I think when we are live broadcasting, there are 3 things we've got to be: interesting, informative, and educational. And my target is to meet all 3 of those, and to bring a little bit of a rainbow, because I'm an eternal optimist, and to learn more about you and what you do, and how I can help you, and how you might be able to help me. So I could do this all day, but I'll not. I'll come back to my original one, which matches the photo that you had on screen before this broadcast. All right, so I'm going to do the occasional check of the chat, and thank you for watching live. And it's good to get going. Because this is the first one, I didn't actually overly promote it. I just wanted to ease myself in, get used to. I'm not, as I said earlier, 6 years broadcasting. I'm not a stranger to camera or to the studio. I'm broadcasting from the Be Live studio at the moment. I'm broadcasting to Amazon. I'm broadcasting as a backup to YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, and or on Facebook, you'll see a link down below which will take you straight through to Amazon. If you'd like to go through to Amazon, please do. You don't have to buy anything. Just say hello, and we'll see how it goes. So I can see that somebody's watching me on Facebook, so thank you for that. If you'd like to say hello, I'll show your comment on screen, because we can actually do that in the Be Live studio. I'm just glad that this, I mean, when you do anything for the first time, you always worry, have I put the URL incorrectly? Have I copied the stream key? What can go wrong? But this time, everything's worked first time, and having done it once, then it's easier to do it second time. So I'm looking forward to my second broadcast, which, as I said earlier, will have an agenda and possibly a featured product. But I only had the iPad less than 24 hours, and I've had support from Angelica, who made this possible, along with Marco, and I'm grateful for that too. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, then I'm not sure. I'm going to publish a timetable of my live shows on Amazon, and you're more than welcome to join me. The other thing is that you can actually, if you wish, you can join me on camera. This is Be Live. We can have 4 people on camera, so we can have a roundtable discussion live on Amazon. I've been part of, I broadcast on Amazon with Marco Novo. We've got a tradition that whenever he does a first show on a new site, I actually join him. And I joined Marco on his first real show on Amazon. And we also we have a show which goes out on Wednesdays, and there are 10 of us involved in that on Restream, and the whole team was live on Amazon for a couple of weeks. So my first proper show, of course, returning a favour, will be with Marco from Portugal later this week. But I'm quite taken with the way that this all works. I didn't have any particular problems. And I'm just, it's just amazing. It's strange that the comments have just come through. Right, to give you an idea of what I work with, I'm going to take myself off full screen. I work with software that allows you to broadcast to the web. And if you've got any questions about how you can broadcast to your website, then please do ask. But I'm not here to market that, but I am here to point it in the right direction. I'm just trying to think of basically an image. I actually play music from this studio every week, and I'm very careful not to actually click the wrong button so that you end up listening to ZZ Top or Def Leppard whilst I'm live, because I don't think that would work too well. So over the coming weeks, I'm going to be covering broadcasting to the web, using Broadcast Studio to actually broadcast to Amazon. I mean, you can broadcast to Amazon just with your mobile phone, but you can also broadcast with OBS, which is what Amazon recommend. So we're looking at OBS, and we'll be looking at OBS Ninja, which allows more than one person to go live on Amazon, and the software is totally free. So I've done several videos about how to use OBS.Ninja, and you just need to go on the web and you'll find it. It's totally free. It's developed by Steve Seguin, who's based in Canada, and he works for Stage 10, and he decided last March 2020, to actually create some software which will allow more than one person to go live on OBS. Up until now, up until he did that, then you had to use Skype. And we all know the more moving parts you have, the more difficult it gets. So he has created a low latency system, which would allow you to have, I would say, 7 people live on a broadcast on Amazon.live. And the software is totally free. I've got 4 videos on YouTube, and you just watch 4 videos, 18 minutes, and you will be live before you know it on Amazon Live, not just on your own, but with friends too. And OBS is a great piece of software, and it works the same way, but adding people in is so easy and so straightforward with OBS Ninja. And then you've got your additional sets, which you've already got for when you broadcast solo. So OBS Ninja we'll be taking a look at. BeLive, OBS Ninja, may be coming in here with Restream.io as well, which is up to 10 people on screen. Because BeLive is only 4, but Restream is 10 people. And basically that's a joy. I mean, I love the fact that we can actually network through live video. I've met hundreds of people around the world simply by going live. And it's just fascinating. I mean, I've got different co-hosts every single day of the week. I'm blessed with the people I've gotten to know over the last 6 years. And we have a whale of a time actually exploring the new technology. And we try to educate, entertain, and inform. And I'm sure that the majority of the shows actually do that. And that's what we'll be doing, starting with my real show one, which will be later this week. Okay, so where do we go from here? I'm going to run for about 25-30 minutes in this first broadcast. So I'm going to go back to there, and I'm looking at the menu that I've actually got within the BeLive Studio and going back. So we will be looking at software to broadcast your website. We'll be looking at OBS Ninja. We'll be looking at something else as well, and that is a product which allows you to go to 30 destinations at the same time. Now, if you askance at that, software does exist. I used it earlier today to go live to 30 destinations, and it's just incredibly good. So I'll be telling you about that software too, and how to, some pointers on how to use it. We've got past the stage of, I keep seeing shows on the basics of live broadcasting, and they're all good and they're all helpful because there are new people coming into broadcasting all the time. But for anybody who's been in live broadcasting for a while, then you've got your act together, you've got sorted out, you know how to go live, you know how to be on camera, you know how to bring things in and out of the broadcast, you know how to conduct an interview, you know how to conduct a roundtable chat of up to 10 people. All of that has come with practice. So what's the next level? What is the next level? With a couple of friends, 3 friends, we're putting together the live video production blueprint, which is a guideline. It's no more than that. It's a guideline for live video show producers. We've got a stage now where tens of thousands of people know how to broadcast live, and they know how to do it well. They're proficient in live broadcasting. But there are no guidelines. There is no structure that people can work to. There is no charging structure that people can work to. I asked the question on Facebook, and the question was, if you were going to produce a 30-minute show for somebody, how much would you charge? Now, the answers came back, and the answers were between $75 for the show and $350. Well, the question arises, what do you get for $350 that you don't get for $75? And there are, as Joe Shepherd defines it, there are several different levels of producing a show. Level 1 is somebody asks you to do a show and you say, right, okay, turn up 10 minutes before, we'll do the testing, we'll go live, and that's it. Yeah. That's the possible $75 route. Or the $350 route, which is, I need to get to know you before you go live in my studio. I need to have a talk with you. I need to know what the end result is that you're looking for. I need to know what your aims are in terms of a live broadcast. I need to know what assets you want on screen, what images, what videos do you want to show? How many people do you want on screen? Are you going to have guests? In other words, the whole structure of the show is agreed between the show producer and the client. Before the show, the producer will give pointers as to how to promote it, because one of the things that we do need is an audience for a live broadcast. I'm grateful for people watching live today. We need an audience for a live broadcast. So show promotion before you go live is important. Now, in my future broadcasts, because I've tried to creep up on everybody today by just going live, in my future broadcasts, then I'll be doing totally complete promotion before I go live on Amazon. I will tell everybody, not to bore them, but just to tell them. So promotion before the show is part of a producer's job. It might involve more than one person doing that. Then you've got to train people who are new to being on camera how to behave on camera and what to expect, and make sure that the camera looks good, the sound is good, and everything is working to their satisfaction, because they're employing you and paying you. During the course of the show, you'll have a script, not necessarily a word-for-word script, but pointers as to the topics that are going to be discussed during the show, and when you should actually put the images on screen, when you show the videos. In other words, a running order, run of show. You'll guide people through the live broadcast. You won't appear on screen, but you'll be a producer of the show, and you'll be down in the cheap seats, and you'll be driving everything behind the scenes, listening to what's going on and reacting, and making sure that the right things arrive on screen at the right time. And then after the show, if you're providing a full service production, then you will download the video, forward it to your client. And if your client wants snippets taken out of the video for promotion of the recording, a promotion of future broadcasts, you'll do that as well. You'll also possibly help them to share the snippets on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. Because the wonderful thing about going live is that you're actually creating content. I did a show a couple of hours ago on Facebook, and it was about basically going live to the website and what the choices were. That video in its own right was live, and people came along and watched and commented and asked questions. So win-win, done. But now I will take that video and I will do snippets, outtakes, sections, segments, that's the word I'm looking for, segments of a video, and then actually repurpose that in blogs. Oh, I didn't mention earlier, I blog 3 or 4 times a week. I enjoy blogging. And if I've got something to share, then generally what I'll do is I'll do a video about it, 5 to 10 minutes. I'll write a blog post about it, embed the video, and then embed content from the live shows I do on the same topic. So there you have it. So show producers, there are no rules. It's the Wild West. People can charge what they want. People can do what they want. So we are doing the live video production blueprint, which will be published hopefully later this year. So rewind, broadcasting to your website, be live, OBS Ninja, blogging, and the live video production blueprint. And it's all around the live video arena. And I'll be discussing the equipment that I use to actually produce a broadcast indoors and outdoors. I'll be discussing the software that I use to actually create the content from my live videos, and answering any questions that you may have on live broadcasting. So let's go back over to Amazon, make sure I'm still live. So thank you for watching, and it's absolutely brilliant. Right. We have a saying, and it's true of live stream particularly. When you do your first broadcast on using new software or on a new platform, if you enjoy it, you'll come back and do a second one. And if you enjoy the second one, you'll come back and do a third one. So I'll be back. That's basically what I can say. I've totally enjoyed doing this. It's been totally off the cuff. It's not rehearsed. Next show will be slightly scripted because I like to have a running order, which is down the side of the screen, and I can sort of go to the side of the screen and I can click. Just give you an example. So I can bring in welcome to the show. I can bring in the show title. This is the show I did earlier today. And I was talking about broadcasting to your website. So it would be a full show production next time, not just me on screen. And it may well be a different backdrop because this one is a bit busy, isn't it? I think, what do you think? If I switch over to this one, it's not really as mesmerizing, is it? Okay, I think I might do that. I'll have a look at the backgrounds that I've got, and I'll work on something which isn't as in your face. But I didn't want to get noticed on this first video because I'm actually going to repurpose it everywhere as promotion for my next Amazon Live show. To Amazon Live, thank you for providing this facility. Thank you for inviting me into this community. To everybody who's watched live today, awesome you are. Thank you. To everybody who watched the replay, I'd like to say thank you very much. And it's all about interaction and networking. I love the comments that came in today. I'd like to say thank you to Marco, and you've helped make the show. You've helped welcome me onto Amazon Live, and that makes all the difference. And I really appreciate the comments that you've made during the live broadcast. I will say I'll be back for a second show, and I'll work out a series of topics. We'll work our way through. I never run out of material. There's always something new in live broadcasting. I know of upcoming things which are going to, well, not blow your socks off, but rock your world. Live video is fascinating because there's always something you've got. Because there is now competition, you have BeLive, you have StreamYard, you have Restream, you have Melon, you have Restream.io, and then you have Apps TV, you have Hopin. Try to pronounce my H's there. There are so many people providing the software that we use to broadcast and vying against each other to give us the perfect package. My friend Debbie Burrows, who's in Sarnia, Ontario, used to say, if we could just look at each bit of software and take out the bits that we like and build another package from the work that everybody's doing, then that would be the perfect system. But what I think is happening, and say hello to Chris. Chris, hello. Thank you for joining me. I have enjoyed today's broadcast. Thank you. I've been live on Amazon Live, and another comment's coming in as well. And right, okay, and now this I used to be, and thank you very much for the question. Okay, because this is a fair question, and this is the crux of it, and we're just coming to life now. Okay, and thank you for completing the sentence. And thank you, Chris. Okay. So these comments are coming through from the fact that I'm actually broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube, which means that I can actually show the comments on screen and hide them as well. Right. If you wind back 6 months ago, you'd asked me, should we be broadcasting multiple locations? Well, no, you wind back 4 years. Let's go, borrow it back. When Be Live arrived in live broadcasting on Facebook Live, the whole reason for there being was interaction. And the interaction was the fact that you could make a comment and have the comment read out on screen. Do you recommend streaming to multiple locations? And that's the way it's been for the last 4 years. And that's the accepted way. That's live video networking, not live video broadcasting. But I'm gonna for a moment be controversial. We have got to a stage now where many people who've been broadcasting for a while are now proficient in what they do and are looking for new horizons. Now, you can go live to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and use the links, the interaction that's been built by all the software houses for you to actually see the comments in your studio, just as I can see them now. But there is a case, I think now, for going to multiple locations. This broadcast is going live to YouTube, where I can see the comments. It's going live to Facebook, where I can see the comments. It's going live to Amazon Live, and I can see the comments, but I can't feature them on screen. But I can acknowledge Marco's comments. But things are changing, and we've become so proficient at what we're doing that we can put out what is nearly television quality content, which means that we are in the realm of being broadcast as well. And I'm now switching over to think that you should be a hybrid. You should broadcast to those locations that you can interact with. That's a given. There's no point not doing. But you can also broadcast to interact to places where you can't interact. Okay. And for example, you can broadcast to your website. And I'm promoting the fact that we should all be broadcasting live to our websites. Yeah. Why do we broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch? To get known, to become known, liked, and trusted. But what we really want, what we really hope for, is people come to our website, read our blog posts, and buy from our shop, our online shop. What if, instead of actually spending time on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Twitch, you actually spent time on your website, embedded the video on your website, get people to come and see you on your website. You can't reply to the comments, but you are broadcasting on your website. You're attracting people to your website. It's not costing you anything because the link, yeah. Well, it is costing a little bit, but in terms of advertising spend, marketing spend, it's not a lot. So I would go live on your website. I would also go live to Facebook sites, Facebook pages, groups, where you can't monitor it until after the broadcast. I don't see if you do a hybrid, then you're getting the best of both worlds. You're actually broadcasting and checking the comments out afterwards. You're broadcasting and taking the live comments. So I am when I broadcast on Thursday at 10 o'clock, Blowing for Britain will go out on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, 2 Facebook pages, and it will go live on another Facebook page, which on my profile, both of which will be monitored. So there'll be 2 Facebook locations monitored, 2 not. Yeah, and people know which one to come to. The other change that I'm making at the moment, just to carry on with this, is there is a problem at the moment. If you go live and you schedule your live stream to Facebook, then basically what happens is that Facebook create a post, but they don't create a post with a video on it. They create a post without the video on it, so you can do promotion, and then when you go live, as soon as you go live, they create a second post. Now the problem with that is that if you're actually live, as I am now, there is no way you can actually promote that second post. There is no link between the first and second post to tell people, yeah, there's a barrier. So from my point of view, scheduling a broadcast is good, but there is a better way. And that better way I've been testing this week is to actually go live to a Facebook live event. And I've worked out how to do it. I've done a video about how to do it, and I've done a blog about how to do it. And it is simple and easy to set up. But the thing is, with a Facebook live event, you can set it up in advance. It has a fixed URL. You can promote it before the broadcast. You can invite your friends one by one to actually join you on the broadcast. And the other thing you can do, which you can't do with a scheduled Facebook Live, is that you can boost the post. So if you know who your target audience are and where they live, then a Facebook Live event can be boosted so that you're actually building your audience, and it gives you a bit of control over who actually sees it. So in answer to your question, and thank you for the question, it's very kind of you. I do recommend streaming to multiple locations, some monitored live, some not. And for the ones that are not, go around afterwards. And if when people do comment, say, okay, right, okay, here's what I'm going to do, because I'm just working out the strategy on this, is I'm actually going to go to the unmonitored feeds after every single broadcast, and I'm going to say, thank you for watching today. Here is the link to the next broadcast. And that link will be a Facebook Live event link, and it won't change. And if I give it them the week before, it will still be the same when I go live. So I'm working out a lot of different strategies. These definitely are exciting times. Chris, thank you for your question. Oh, thank you for your hello. Thank you for the question as well. This has been an historic day because this is my first live broadcast on Amazon. And I can see that, oh, I've just seen 2 comments on Amazon. So hello, Ryan. Thank you for joining me. With Amazon Live, the goal is not to get, right, okay. Thank you. I hoped I would. I'm getting some pointers on what to do and what not to do. I haven't sent anybody off to a different website so far, hopefully. And I will, well, I shall watch what I do in future. But hopefully this live broadcast on Amazon, which I'm grateful, will stay up. Congratulations to England for actually beating Germany today. Thank you, everybody who's watched live. I'm blessed that you have done so. I've enjoyed my first live broadcast on Amazon. I'm going to say goodbye for now. We've overrun. That's not a problem. And take Chris's comment and say, and Chris is saying, congratulations, Stephen. And thank you, Chris. It's been a pleasure to actually be live today. And I'm grateful for the pointers too. And I haven't pushed anybody off Amazon. I wanted you to watch me live on Amazon, but I won't mention the other sites next time. Okay. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you later this week. Oh, wait a minute. Comment coming in. Just to clarify, so you're live on Amazon Run YT, and you can, right? If I was broadcasting just to YouTube and Facebook, I'd be able to see the comments in the studio. That's the way that it works, and it's simple and straightforward to do. You can make a comment on YouTube, Facebook. I can actually see it displayed on the screen. I'm also live on Amazon. I hope that's within the terms and conditions. I've seen other people do it, so hopefully it is. But I can see the comments on Amazon, but I can't actually share them on screen because I'm in a different arena. Yeah, and there isn't the integration between Amazon Live and the system that I'm using, and that's the only reason not. So for the moment, occasionally you've seen me look away, and I'm actually looking at a tab I've got open on Chrome, and I can see into Amazon Live. I can make sure I'm live, which is important. But with the software I'm using today, yes, you can see the comments from both YouTube. And I can give you a quick example. That's a comment coming through from YouTube. Okay, I need to hide it quickly. Okay, thank you, everybody. From Wiltshire in England, this is Stephen saying thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you later in the week. Bye for now.